Hi, I'm Vicki Karasik, Digital Projects Fellow for WIC and the EC, and I'm going to talk about my experiences over the past year working with language educators to flip the classroom using video. I'll also talk about what kinds of projects this has led me to pursue for the upcoming year. When I was thinking about workshop topics to teach here at WIC, I thought of special features in PowerPoint. We had already seen in WIC that faculty and students heavily use audio and video in PowerPoint for various course projects, and that PowerPoint integrated well into Canvas. We also knew that audio and video in PowerPoint was becoming increasingly popular for MOOCs and Coursera, and with a general push toward online or hybrid learning. So I decided to teach two workshops, voiceover narration in PowerPoint and video in PowerPoint. Voiceover narration is very simple. Basically, all you need is a good headset or microphone and preferably a PC computer. You can do voiceover on a Mac, but it doesn't save the sound when you convert to video, so using a PC makes life much easier. Video in PowerPoint is another story. I like to use the analogy that, like the relationship between a cat and a dog, the relationship between PowerPoint and YouTube can be quite complicated. Every time I teach this workshop, there is a change in PowerPoint as to how web videos from YouTube are embedded into PowerPoint. YouTube updates its embed code and Flash Player version so much that it's hard for PowerPoint to keep up. So this workshop has been very useful for educators since it's not as intuitive as voiceover narration. When I first started teaching these workshops, I had people coming from all over Penn, from UPHS to SAS to Wharton and SEAS. People enjoyed the workshops and found voiceover and video in PowerPoint to be easy and amenable to their own projects. Then I started seeing more and more language educators in my workshops. Aside from educators like Melanie Perrone in French Studies, who typically uses WIC each semester, I began getting requests from instructors like Helen McPhee-Simone, who wanted private group sessions just for language educators. Then I met Ed Dixon, the Penn Language Center's technology director, who was already a WIC user and had been coordinating with the language instructors to attend our workshops. I found out that Ed had started a certificate program for language instructors called the Foreign Language Certificate in Instructional Technologies and Online Learning. Language educators must take 6 of our workshops, among other meetings and workshops with Penn Language Center staff. Popular workshops included my voiceover and video in PowerPoint, eBeam, or our whiteboard recorder, and iMovie. After working with Ed and the language educators in fall 2013, Ed invited WIC to give a workshop at the Penn Language Center's annual symposium last year called Fast Forward Language Online, which centered around teaching language in the online environment. Instructors from around the world attended, and we presented on VoiceOver PowerPoint. At WIC, we're also accustomed to working with particular classes on video projects. For example, French 202, an advanced French class, had a project this past year where they used Pages in Canvas to write a book chapter in which they took on the persona of a character living in Paris during World War II. The students used VoiceOver PowerPoint and iMovie to record interviews with their character and put this into book format in Canvas. The students then used Skype to speak with the author of the novel they read in class. This was an enjoyable activity that will hopefully become a regular part of this course. Another French class, French 227, really got a treat and talked to Melanie Perrone's grandmother, who lived during the German occupation in Paris. The class used Skype to talk to Melanie's grandmother in the collaborative classroom. The students loved it and asked her all kinds of questions. Another section of French 202 used Google Hangouts to speak with current French students. Eventually, it was a great experience. That is, when the French students and the US students realized that both sides need a video camera in order for the Google Hangout to work. So, in working with so many language classes and with so many language educators at WIC, we've learned that whether it's PowerPoint, iMovie, Skype, or Google Hangouts, video really does enhance language learning for students. We also discovered this at the Penn Language Center's annual Showcase and Teaching Awards back in May. About 10 educators shared the projects their courses worked on over the past year through the SAS Language Teaching Innovation Grants that educators can apply for each year. For example, Helen McPhee-Simone in Italian Studies used the VoiceOver PowerPoint from my workshops to flip her Italian 120 classes. She used the PowerPoints to explain difficult grammar points, leaving more class time for student engagement and participation. Ji-Young Jung in Korean Studies took video to another level. Her class hired actors to portray various social scenes in Korean culture. The class directed the actors in each situation, giving them directions on gestures, intonation, and facial expressions, using this as a way to learn complicated social cues in the Korean language. Seeing all of these video projects also inspired other events that WIC helped to host this spring, including Scholarship Deprinted, organized by Fiona Moreno, a graduate student in French Studies. Graduate students participated in this one-day event to make a short video of their own research. At first, the workshop was only open to students in language departments, but participation came from students across graduate schools at Penn. Working with language educators and students to use video for flipping the classroom has also inspired some new make and take workshops that we're offering this summer, like flipped classroom tools, combining audio and video in PowerPoint, and Presume, or making an online resume with Prezi, incorporating video and audio capabilities. All of this work with language educators flipping the classroom has also inspired a book chapter that Anu and I are co-writing this summer. The chapter will be in the Calico book series, Volume 13, called Researching Language Learning Interaction Online, From Social Media to MOOCs. Our chapter will be called Video and Screen Capture Tools for Language Learning, Lessons Learned. We'll be talking about past experiences at WIC and observing and analyzing a language class for new data. Stay tuned. If all goes well, the chapter will appear in the Calico book in May 2015. Thanks for listening.